Hello, this is Carol from Carol Ann Creates. I'm just making a short video here to show you how to do an invisible join in Mosaic Overlay Crochet. This is a fantastic join for items like cushions or a cowl where you're doing a circular object. It's a slightly different join if you're actually doing a crochet in the round when you're doing a block in the round. But the join, I'm hoping you can't see where the join is, but it's right here. Down here, if you look closely, of course you can see it, but that's where the join is. So I will just show you. I haven't cut the yarn here. You don't cut the yarn. I just happen to be at the end of my ball, which is pretty rare that it gets to work out well. So I'll just do my last 2 single crochets here, and I'm about to do the join. When you get to this point, you have to be careful that you don't accidentally work into that. That's where the slip stitch is with the join, because that's going to be pulled tight. You just work into your stitches there. So how it works is that you pull up a loop, take your hook and put it through the back of both loops on your first stitch of the round. Grab your hook, your loop, pull it through, and get your other yarn. And I like to pull it quite tight here because I'm pulling on that slip stitch from the previous round. And now I'll do a slip stitch here. Now I don't know whether you actually call this a slip stitch or a chain one, but I'm calling it a slip stitch at the moment. And then a chain one. So it's a slip stitch and then a chain one. You do this at the end of every round. It doesn't matter what your next stitch is. And so my first stitch of the next round is going to be a double crochet, and it's going to be it's going to be into the same stitch from 2 rows below. So you always do it in whether it's a single crochet or a double crochet, it always goes into the same stitch where you've just made the slip stitch. So it can be a bit tricky to grab this one because it can be a little tight. Oops, I need to do my yarn over. And just there's more to go here. So the first stitch can be a bit look a bit wonky, but then when you make your next stitch into it there, when you come around, it's fine. So I'll just show you I do like to make it quite tight just before you do the stitch, because you can see down here when I first started doing this, it wasn't quite tight enough, and you can see there's a gap there. I don't know if you can see that, but then I got better at it as I went up, and less gaps. So if your next stitch, your first stitch, is a single crochet, it's exactly the same thing, and you just do it into the back loop there. If I was doing it, if this was going to be a single crochet, I'd still do the slip stitch and chain one, and then I would work into the back loop of the very first stitch there. So it's exactly the same method, whether you're doing a single crochet or your double crochet. And there it is. Actually, I made a little practice piece to show you what it would look like if everything was single crochet. And this is how it turned out. I mean, you can see the join there a bit more, but at least you don't have those jagged joins like you do if you do a normal slip stitch. So I think it's turned out quite well, even if you're just doing single crochet all the way, because if your pattern was out here somewhere and not on the join. So there it is. I hope you can successfully do that join and not have it showing. So thank you for watching.